ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the networking event organized by the British Academy in Lebanon at the Badaro University for Business and Science. We're delighted to have with us today Mr. Mike Flynn and Dr. Ingy Shaaban from Cardiff Metropolitan University. And my name is Maryam Fadel. I'm the assistant to the Vice President at MUBS Dr. Nael Alami. To start with, we'd like to ask you to stand up for the Lebanese and the British national anthem. We will be now welcoming Dr. Nael Alami to tell us more about MUBS partnership with Cardiff Metropolitan University. Dr. Nael Alami is the Vice President of the Badaro University for Business and Science. He's the founder of the new Center of Excellence in Research, Education, and Culture Studies. Dr. Alami is a molecular neuroscientist with research interests that fall in the intersection of neuroscience, global health, and learning sciences. Welcome, Dr. Nael.
Thank you, Maria. It's good to see you again. It feels more like a round table. I was saying we should probably sit at the table and have an open discussion. So it's a pleasure welcoming Mike and Ingy with us today. Not just because of it's such a pleasure having discussions, brainstorming, and talking about our future projects and reminiscing about some old times. It's been more than a decade since we've started this partnership, so it feels more than a work collaboration. You're more of a family and family members now. It feels great to have you because it's a sign of things getting back to normal. You've been away for so long, and your presence brings a sense of normalcy to Beirut. We are far from being back to normal, but hopefully we're on our way back. So we tried during the pandemic while you were away to make the best of a bad situation. During those 3-4 years, MUBS, despite the circumstances, has made a lot of advances and taken steps forward. Some of those include, of course, our work on being internationally accredited. We are now part of the European higher education area. We are looking forward to having program accreditations. On top of that, we've worked really hard on our strategic plan, the 2020-2025 strategic plan, which focuses quite a bit on things that we used to do in terms of rural development, community engagement, and takes into consideration themes that are essential for higher education institutions during these times, including digital transformation, entrepreneurship, the focus on sustainability, and other themes that are essential for our success and for our students' success and for their future prosperity. We have also been proud to be ranked within the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, ranking 5th in Lebanon. Although we are one of the youngest, if not actually the youngest university on that list, we are very proud to be ranked 5th, and next month, I believe, we will get the most recent results. So we are very happy to partake in the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, and we are looking forward to taking part in the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. Of course, the only detriment to that is our research output, which should increase to 500 to 1,000 publications every 5 years. We are working towards that, and part of the launching of the Center of Excellence in Research, Education, and Cultural Studies is to that effect. We're hoping that with our added incentives for research, with our international networks, with research centers and scholars worldwide, we will be able to produce more research, we'll be able to recruit more scholars in different fields, and support researchers in our midst who are interested and keen on research output. In addition to that, we have established new majors. You've heard about our new nursing program. On top of that, we have a new interior design program. And we are planning a number of other programs on the graduate level, Masters in Social Work, Masters in Education and Educational Management. We do have actually Educational Management, but Masters in Education, MED, and other programs in the health sciences, bioinformatics, radiography, and other very important majors that are essential for our community. You've seen two new campuses in this visit. Our new location, which hopefully by the next time you visit in September, or maybe even before that, will be even more ready and complete as we work hard on welcoming our new students for the upcoming year. And you've seen our Jalladib location as well. We hope that we will continue to expand and that our students will continue to have access to educational quality wherever they are in Lebanon, as we try to serve as many of them as possible. Of course, you all know about our distinguished internationalization efforts. We are the #1 university in Lebanon in student exchange to Europe through the Erasmus Plus program. We lead the way after the Lebanese University, our public university, and we will continue to do so, sending over 40 students every semester to universities in Europe that are part of the Erasmus Plus program. Unfortunately, with the Brexit, Cardiff Met is not part of that network any longer, but the good news is that Cardiff Metropolitan partners in Greece, in Cyprus, in Bulgaria, and other countries in Europe will instead be hosting our students and our staff members for training, for teaching, and for studying in Europe. So we are happy about these alternative opportunities. Although nothing is like Cardiff, I myself love the place, love the city and the university. So hopefully all our staff and our students and our team will get the chance to actually visit you. Of course, we are the only university offering a double degree in Lebanon, a British degree that is very valuable to our students to have, that is as good as our students graduating in Cardiff Metropolitan University. I think Mike will talk a little bit further about the value of these degrees, but we hope that our undergraduate as well as our graduate students make the best of those. What I found out recently is that now, after the pandemic and after Brexit, students who finish their master's degree, they can start their master's degree with MUBS and then become full-time students in Cardiff. They get a 2-year working visa in Britain, which will allow them to work there. So maybe Mike will shed a bit more light on that as well. That adds to the value of the degree, which is already valuable. And of course, we have our virtual exchange programs that are supported by Stanford University funding with Princeton University, Stanford University, East Carolina University, and hopefully we'll have a consortium of high impact and highly respected universities to add to that list. All right, I don't want to take any further from you shedding some more light on our British programs. I only want to say that we are, as always, committed to excellence, committed to community service, community responsibility, sustainability, educational access, and thank you very much for being here. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Dr. Naal. We will be watching now a 2-minute video about MUBS pertaining accreditation from BAL.
On March 22nd, 2022, MUBS received its International Institutional Accreditation from BAL, the German accreditation body that is part of the European Association for Quality Assurance in Higher Education. A journey that started in the year 2000 in a single building has grown into university with 6 locations across Lebanon, 4 different schools recognized both locally and internationally for its high standards and academic partnerships, and over 6,000 alumni who are spread across the globe, occupying leadership positions in their disciplines. The MUBS student experience reflects the core mission and the vision that guides us: access to educational excellence to students from across the economic and geographic spectrum, with hands-on training, community service, modern pedagogies, safe learning spaces, and broad new horizons that are built on unique, high-impact partnerships. MUBS is the leading private university in Lebanon in student and staff exchange to Europe, with over 40 students receiving scholarships every semester to study at a European partner university through our student and staff mobility program. Students who cannot travel to Europe can still earn a European degree while residing in Lebanon through studying at the British Academy in Lebanon at the International School of Business. The British Academy in Lebanon offers its students the unique opportunity to graduate with a Lebanese degree and a British degree from Cardiff Metropolitan University.
Cardiff Metropolitan University has had a fruitful and prospering partnership with MUBS for several years now. This has allowed us to recognise the MUBS programmes in order to offer the Lebanese students a dual honours degree with a degree certificate from Lebanon, Lebanese university, but also one from a prominent UK university, one which received the University of the Year for Times Higher Education this year.
As the university's ambitions, achievements, and standing grow, these international partnerships have also been growing, reaching unprecedented success with the establishment of the joint classes with Stanford University, allowing students from the education and public health departments to attend classes with their American classmates at Stanford University.
We've been using advanced technologies and methodologies to connect students in your health and education programs at MUBS to students in comparable programs at Stanford and other universities in the US and UK. This is groundbreaking work using technology to facilitate collaborative problem-based learning. We're developing models that help deliver on the original promise of network technology. That is, to connect problem solvers and facilitate collaboration in addressing the most difficult global problems.
After the COVID-19 pandemic, the joint classes with international universities has gained renewed attention, with more prestigious universities seeking to partner with MUBS to enhance cultural competence, communication skills, and knowledge exchange. Our students now study in classes at Emory University, ranked 4th in the world in global health, and Princeton University through the Global History Lab.
I've had the pleasure and the honor of the last few years to be partnering with different departments and students at MUBS, and I cannot exaggerate how much it's been a pleasure. Anytime we can have an opportunity to have voices from Lebanon participating in a global dialogue about the global condition, that enriches the world. And it's been just so exciting and rewarding to see how the MUBS students I've been contributing to that. This partnership has been, in a way, a model of the kind of thing that we at Princeton would like to be seeing happening in the rest of the world. So I'm grateful to all my colleagues and peers at MUBS for allowing this partnership to flourish.
The focus on prominent international partnerships, though, did not distract the university from establishing seminal partnerships with local organizations whose mission align with that of MUBS.
We at the Beirut Marathon are very blessed to have MUBS as a partner with us. Together, we share a commitment to grow the culture of sports in Lebanon by participation and, of course, education.
International rankings have attested to the great efforts our students and staff have exerted in sustainable development by ranking MUBS 5th in Lebanon among all universities in the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings for 2021 and again for 2022. MUBS proudly ranked 1st in Lebanon on working towards gender equality and 2nd in Lebanon among universities working to combat poverty. Our ranking by Times Higher Education takes note of the work of our researchers in promoting sustainability and addressing the needs of the rural communities where our campuses engage the local community and offer medical services and support. This work is mostly performed through the National Wellness Network, established in 2018 to promote the 8 dimensions of wellness across Lebanon. In the post-pandemic era, and during these critical times for our nation, MUBS continues its journey of growth and success with the establishment of its rural incubator within Rashaya campus, new majors and specialties across its schools and departments, and innovation hubs for students and staff to fulfill their potential. In 2022, the hard work and commitment to the MUBS founding mission of service, integrity, and community development have led to international acclaim and an institutional accreditation.
Last year, EVALAC, together with an external group of experts from Denmark, Germany, and Georgia, visited the university and evaluated it according to the criteria of the European standards and guidelines for quality assurance. These criteria are now binding in 49 countries of the European higher education area. The assessment and all findings of the expert panel are published in a report. And in summary, the external experts sees MUBS well positioned for this future, and the EVALAC Accreditation Commission awarded the label for International Institutional Accreditation, valid for 6 years. So congratulations to your great success. You are now a member of the community of the European higher education area, and the report and the university is also now registered in the DECA register, which is the register of all accredited universities all over Europe.
We now embark on a new target that aligns with our vision. Act responsible, think sustainable.
And now we'll be hearing from Mr. Mike Flynn. Mr. Flynn is the Principal Lecturer, Transnational Education within Cardiff School of Management. Having served as Program Director, he's responsible for the day-to-day operations of programs in several partners across the globe. Mr. Mike, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Oh, it's got a remote.
Yep, of course you do.
Hello, for those of you who haven't seen me in the last few days, I've been here. My name is Mike Flynn. This is not my first time in Beirut. Having first visited in 2012 as part of the validation process, and back every year except 19, 20, 21, and 22. So it's a very nice thing to be back in Beirut, to be back in the Lebanon. Right, that's it. I'll probably break this. I always break them. Oh, that's exactly the same thing in Welsh. For any potential student who wants to come on perhaps to master's programs. No, you don't have to learn to speak Welsh, but you can if you want. Big arrow in the middle of the page. There I am. That is what I looked like before I started working with MUBS. No. One of the partners somehow got that from one of our old websites somehow and used that when I was doing a presentation. Everyone said, "Oh, you haven't aged well." No, I haven't aged well. Right, that's my email address in case any of you would ever want to contact me, which I doubt you would. I'm joined today, I think, as Dr. Naya has said, by my colleague, Dr. Ingy Shaaban, who is my partner in crime. Yeah, the one that keeps me out of trouble. And she looks after all of the things that I find boring, like administration, dealing with registry, and make sure that I get on the right plane at the right time. Hello, I can't get off this now. Try again. Right, I'm just going to move there. Right, this is what I'm here to talk about. The links between Cardiff Metropolitan University and MUBS. 2012 is when we first started. We've been working with MUBS in terms of the Cardiff School management. However, there are longer standing links, as you saw earlier, in terms of health science. But in terms of programs, it's been business management aspects that we have worked on together. Quick thing about Cardiff Metropolitan University. This Cardiff Metropolitan University, back to the mid-1800s, we have had our 150-year celebration. Okay? So are we an old British university? No, we're still a very young British university. Of course, Cambridge has been first set up about the time of the Crusades. So, yeah, we are relatively modern, but we basically started in our current format in 2011. We have changed name several times. University of Wales Institute Cardiff was our previous incarnation, though we've been Cardiff Institute and South Glamorgan Institute. We've got two main campuses in Cardiff and a number of international campuses. Sri Lanka, Oman, Lebanon, Egypt, Morocco, Greece, Cyprus, China, Nepal, Vietnam, with some others in the pipeline. So we have true transnational education potential, and that is not to even approximate the research networks that we have across the world. In the foyer of my office building, there is a huge map with lots and lots and lots of places on it and the links. You may have seen something similar to it in this building. Somebody saw it and liked it. Not you, no. But our research credentials spread across the world, our partnerships spread across the world, and spread here in the Levant to MUBS. Well, 2000. Well, you are new, but perfectly formed. You are young, but vibrant and innovative. First report that we ever had from MUBS after the validation from the external examiner, that MUBS was welcoming and an inclusive learning environment. They could tell from the straight off the number of people from diverse backgrounds, different types of people at different points in their lifetimes, that this was going to be an inclusive university. So we said yes. What we love about MUBS And what is really striking us now in the post-COVID era is the fact that the campuses for MUBS are spread across the country. They're not just in urban areas, they're not just even in larger towns outside the urban areas, they have a rural setting as well. So it is inclusive not just in terms of individuals, but it's inclusive in terms of community. What MUBS and Cardiff Met really have are a whole series of similarities in both their objectives and outlook. And I was listening to Dr. Dyer and watching your video, right? And I was thinking, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that as well. I'm going to say that. Well, she hadn't said that because I wanted to say that. One of the most important factors in terms of taking on partners is that we share objectives. That our strategic pillars, which I think we're going to see in a minute in another video, are mirrored in our partners. Yes, there's an economic aspect, yes, but there is also an important aspect. A whole series of questions are asked about whether the strategic aims of the partner and the strategic aims of Cardiff Metropolitan University align. And they do. MUBS are dedicated to the same goals. Right? And all those words you've heard and seen in the film, I'm going to use them again. We call it something different. We call it edges. Why? Because that's what the Vice-Chancellor told us they were called. Edges. Well, first thing is that our programs are employability driven. They are aimed at specific careers for our students. We don't have pure research-based qualifications. The students can map for themselves career destinations, although we do help them. We have attempted and have exceeded our expectations, particularly during COVID, in terms of enhancing our digital processes. It is interesting that one of the real reasons why we've returned to face-to-face teaching is not the effect on the student learning, it's the fact that the students are driven to having the social aspects of learning as well as the pure learning. I know my colleagues who've delivered digital programs during COVID are very happy with the processes, have allowed students to explore new avenues in terms of digitally enhanced learning. But they still want to meet each other. They still want to socialize. So we're now looking more and more at hybrid models between digitally enhanced learning and person-to-person learning. Oh, two at once. Third one is global and community outlook and outreach. We're part of many activities in terms of both in Cardiff, across South Wales, across Wales as a whole, and even across the United Kingdom, across European aspects, and of course our international partners. This community, this local feel to what we do, how we do it, I find, and I found particularly on this visit, echoes here in MUBS, that you are about being a local university, as well as being a research and teaching establishment. The ethical approaches that now govern business, that govern education, are things that we support, whether it be in terms of generic representation of individuals, of groups, of diverse groups in that, or whether it is how we approach particular subjects, how we approach particular, in terms of business, management ethics. And the S is the sustainable. Obviously, sustainability is the big word. And of course, Cardiff Metropolitan University is #1 sustainable university in the UK. We have received that accolade from the 140 universities in the UK. We're #1. After gaining University of the Year award in 2021, out of 141 universities, Cardiff Met came top. Unbelievable. Oxford, Cambridge, Durham, Bristol, Exeter, Imperial, forget them. Cardiff Met was the best university in the UK and Ireland. We're going to be crowing about that for a long time. So those are our pillars, those are our drivers. You saw in the film, very quickly, that building. That's where we live, in the School of Management. Ingy's department is actually just the other side of the car park. Okay? And if you ever visit the campus, that's my office there. That's the main lecture theatre. Interesting design fault. When they designed this building, right, they looked at the final plans, and then somebody in their wisdom said, but where's the main lecture theatre? They'd forgotten to put it in. So they rested on the end. And it makes the building. It makes the building. So that's our main lecture theatre, taking 300 students. All right, so where are we? For those of you who haven't been to Cardiff, and I know there are a few of you who haven't come yet, but hopefully you can into the future. There it is. This little robot boat down here, that's Ingy's. And the big yacht there, that's me. Cardiff Bay, formerly an industrial docks, huge exporter of coal, now a modern marina with shops, cinemas, etc. That's the old Pierhead building on the right, and that's our first 5-star hotel in Cardiff. It's not the only one now. When I look at this and I look down at your marina, okay, there are less Range Rovers there, but there are, there are great similarities in taking what was a wasteland and turning it into an important economic aspect. It's a historical city. These are the civic buildings, and yes, that is snow. We're at sea level and we have snow. That's the City Hall. To the left of it, the National Law Courts, and to the right of it, the National Museum of Wales. So it's a cultural destination. That is, anybody, a temple to which god? It is a temple. It is, what? It is the National Rugby Stadium, the Principality Stadium, Cardiff Arms Park. Yes, a non-sect religion of rugby. It is our game. It's only because if you played with a round ball, you would lose the ball off the side of the mountains. So we went straight in. Yeah, so that's right in the middle of the city. You go to any other major city in the world, you will not find the major sports facility right in the middle of the city. Which makes it great on match days. You don't have to go far to find a drink. But we're a land of beauty as well, a land of stunning scenery. Yes, there is a lot of water because it rains constantly. But getting back to Cardiff Met and MUBS, two main programs at the moment, the BA Honours Business Management and the Masters in Business Administration, the MBA. Both are housed within the Cardiff School of Management and within the British Academy Lebanon, BAL, which is part of the School of International Business. And are we still the only British degree offered in Lebanon?
Yeah, there's the Airborne University, but that's a different story.
Different story. So if you're looking for a British degree, this is the place to come. And whatever you learn here with MUBS is exactly the same as Cardiff Met, but I'll come back to that. Within each of the programs, there are a series of focused pathways to allow students to develop their own portfolio or to study a generic pathway also. With the MBA, Analytics, Human Resources, Marketing Management, Project Management, Supply Chain and Logistics, and Health Sector. Within the BA, Entrepreneurship, Finance, HRM, International Trade, Law, Marketing, and Sustainability. And to facilitate that, there is a wide range of options that students can choose so that they can develop their own career pathways. I tried to list them side by side, it wouldn't work. I tried to shrink them down, you couldn't read them. Those are all the options that are available for BA students at level 6. The range of options. Now obviously we have 180 students per year, so we can sustain this type of option list. However, it may be that not all options are available everywhere all the time. And for the MBA, it gets worse. I didn't realise all of those. I was harvesting our website last night. I thought, how many optional elective modules do we have? Lots. How can that still be going if you've got a power cut? Magic. Yeah. Okay. So the point I was making, there's a whole range of different options available to our students, many of which will be available within MUBS. Somebody's out there putting the key in the lock, starting the generator up. We'll be back in a minute, I know. There it is. It was interesting, up till yesterday we had only had one power cut on Beirut, so we thought the situation must be getting better. Okay. It is fabulous. Yeah, we were talking in the car today and I was talking about the fact I'm having solar panels installed tomorrow. Yeah, from tomorrow. Okay. Why should you do a British degree with CMET, Cardiff Met, not CMU, that's Carnegie Mellon University? Globally recognised British qualification. I know we've heard from about the recognition of the European framework. We're part of the original framework. Okay? So we're recognised across the world. I don't think there's a country in the world that doesn't recognise British qualifications and qualifications coming from Cardiff. We have great flexibility, great options, I've just shown you that, and all of our programmes vocationally orientated. We can transfer, you can transfer, everyone can transfer the credits gained at Cardiff Met across the ECDIS framework. So wherever ECDIS, the European Credit Transfer Information System, is accepted, you can take your credit to any other university. Yes, including American universities. We talked about it earlier. You also get an MUBS degree at the same time as your Cardiff Met degree. I was going to put in 2 for the price of 1, but no. Okay? For a very reasonable fee. 2 degrees. 1 over study, 2 degrees. That's an awful worth considering. Chance to develop onto higher programs, to take, particularly we're talking here about bachelor's programs, and study in Cardiff. Anybody who does a BA here automatically gets a 25% reduction scholarship on the next program. In Cardiff, yeah. You can also study in Cardiff with other scholarships, which are competitive, or come as a normal fee paying student. We are looking at exploring how parts of the program can be delivered here in MUBS, and then the master's completed with us. There are also, and again this is to be explored, chances for doctoral qualifications, etc. Talked about earlier this 2-year work visa following your master's. Okay? If you study in the UK for a master's degree and complete it, you get a 2-year work visa post-graduation. Okay? You can work 20 hours a week during your program, but 2 years work visa, which of course you may be able to convert into a full-time work visa. If somebody came along and offered me 2 degrees when I was back at university for a marginal fee and the chance to study somewhere else and get a work visa for it, I would have bitten their hands off. Hopefully, those of you influencing others or making choices for yourself will take that choice. Why study at BAL? Well, it's here. Right? It's on your doorstep. Wherever you live in the Lebanon, there are MUBS campuses. And we were talking to a group of students the day before yesterday, and they said, but, you know, everything's nearby. I don't have to travel a long time. The teachers are all local. They're dealing with local issues and local problems. It's all about you. Excellent facilities. Too many stairs, I know. But that's because it has some lower level at the moment. And you get 2 degrees. An MUBS one recognised in Lebanon and a British one recognised in the rest of the world. There are chosen partner. If we have any doubts about them, I'll say this quietly, we would have been looking for another partner. We're not. We never have. Okay? We know. We know that MUBS is the right partner for us. But the teaching and the learning that are carried out here in Beirut and across the other campuses is about both local and international business. It's about community. It's about people. It's about sustainability. And we were looking at the wellness centre yesterday. Was it LA? Yeah. Well, it's for the community, it's for the students, it's for everyone. It's part of the fabric of wherever they are. I didn't realise it was so widespread. Fabulous effort by MUBS. We have local ones as teaching examples and teaching formats, but I think this is somewhere that we can look and say, we should be doing that. We should be doing that. Anyway, big question for most students is, how is what I do here with MUBS, or wherever I am in the campuses, and back in Cardiff? Okay? It's a very long list. Remember, I crammed all that other stuff in. So, there aren't. The assessments are the same, the assessment patterns are the same, the word limits are the same, the referencing criteria are the same. When the teacher here writes an assessment, it's checked here, and then it's checked in Cardiff, and then an external examiner looks at it. Exactly the same process happened to our assessments back in Cardiff. When they're marked, they're checked by another individual here. It then goes to a subject expert back in Cardiff. It then goes to an external examiner. Exactly the same as what happens in the home programs. Everything you go through, everything you achieve is exactly the same as home. I should actually put a caveat on top of that. Okay, so the weather is a lot better and your seaside is nicer. Okay, so there is one difference, and that's the climate. Okay? If I said to one of my students at home in the middle of January, would you like to go and study in Beirut for a month? What's in Beirut? Sunshine? The chance to go skiing up in the mountains? In a couple of months' time, you'll be able to go and swim in the Mediterranean. The cuisine is fabulous. What's the downside, Mike? They drive on the wrong side of the road, occasionally on both sides of the road at the same time. I've been criticizing them for the last couple of days. Why do you drive on the wrong side of the road? Stop it. So whatever you do in Cardiff, you do here, but you do it in a much different setting. In a culture that echoes our own, with ideas that echo our own, with a whole series of people who we view as being part of Cardiff Metropolitan University. And you as students, we see as our students. MUBS and I may have to fight occasionally. It's our student, no it's ours, no it's ours, no. You are Cardiff Met students. You always will be. And hopefully, when you graduate, you join the alumni. There are over 100,000 alumni across the United Kingdom and 137 countries across the world. Very active alumni across the world. Hopefully, as we continue to grow, that alumni will spread to Lebanon and we'll have our own association here. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to bore you. I'm sorry to keep moving. Just to keep the blood moving. Thank you.
Now, Ms. Laura Ajab is going to come along and talk to us more about her testimonial in the British Academy in Lebanon program.
Good evening, everyone. It feels like home. I have a great honor to be standing here today in front of you and talking about one of the greatest experience and decision I have taken in my career, and is to pursue the MBA in Healthcare Management at MUBS and Cardiff Metropolitan University at the British Academy in Lebanon. So at first I was hesitant to take this step, but now if you ask me what has this step added to my life, so at first I have been promoted at my work from being a clinical optometrist to become as well operations manager at the National Wellness Network and the MUMC Medical Center. Secondly, it gave me several opportunities to become a mentor and a trainer at several mentorship programs with several associations. And most important, it added so much experience and knowledge to my life. It gave me confidence. It enhanced my experimental and profession in the work. So we as healthcare professionals, at first we think that business and management is very far from healthcare. But however, after taking this step and pursuing this master's degree, I recognized that each and every healthcare professional should take this step, because healthcare is always combined and should cross the path with the managerial skills, with the management skills, and this will improve the profession, will give you the confidence at your work, and for sure it will open so many doors in the future. A big thank you to my instructors, Dr. Ghada, thank you so much, Dr. Layal as well, thank you, and all my instructors at MUBS, thank you so much for your great efforts, each one for your specific teaching methods. And at the end, this is not the end. So after taking this MBA, today I'm grateful to say that I'm stepping towards my doctoral degree. So wish me luck. Thank you.
One more round with a testimonial from Mr. Amir Saud.
Hello, this is Amir Saud, captain of the Lebanese national basketball team and captain of Al Riyadi Club. I am pleased and honored that I have completed my master's degree at MUBS and at Cardiff University. As a basketball player, my career is very short, so I had to involve myself in a dual career. It started with education, and then it continued when I got the Riyadi Basketball Academy. Right now I'm running the academy as a general manager, and I'm putting everything that I've learned in MUBS to put to place. So I recommend this degree for everyone who is pursuing a career in sports, and especially leadership. Good luck and enjoy it.
It was lovely having you all. If you have any questions to address to Mike or Dr. Ingy, we're gonna go upstairs for an open buffet. Thank you all for coming and have a lovely evening.